Hey everybody, Angelo BehindTheVault.net. So today I'm going to give you some budgeting tips on how to control your spending and to really give you a visual way to understand how much money is going in or out. Remember what I've said in the past, it's not the big stuff that gets you, right? We all know what the mortgage payment is, we all know what the car payment is, the insurance payment, the property tax payment. But it's the little stuff that gets you. You know, people will say, I make all this money, I have no idea where it goes. You know what? It slips through your fingers with some of the things that I'm going to talk about today. So number one is coffee. Coffee's a big one. We live in a world today where we have lots of coffee drinkers and we have lots of options. And you know, it's not uncommon for somebody to have 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee in a day. The question is, are you going to Starbucks and having a mocha frappuccino that's going to cost you $9 every time you have one? Or are you making it at home because you've got a machine and you're buying pods, or you're just using an old school coffee pot? Who knows? What I've learned to do is I've put $50 in my coffee jar, and this is my budget for the month. So outside of the coffee that I drink at home, if I'm going through the drive-through, if I'm going through, if some friends are like, hey, you want to grab some coffees, we can go do that. And that money comes out of here. Another thing that I really like personally is ice cream. I'm a big fan of ice cream. And by the way, peanut butter and chocolate is my favorite. So if you are sending me gifts, that's the one we want. So what will happen with ice cream is the same. You know, on a nice hot summer day, my kids will say, Dad, let's go for ice cream. And I mean, you really don't have to twist my arm to get me to take you for ice cream. The problem is it can get really super expensive every time you go. So you can consider a few options. One, buy a tub of ice cream, bring it home and share it. But of course, everybody likes different flavors. So if I'm gonna buy 4 tubs of ice cream, that cost can get really expensive. So again, I've got my ice cream jar, I put $50 in it. Whether the ice cream man comes flying down my street playing his music, or whether we go to Baskin Robbins or Dairy Queen or some local ice cream shop, the money comes out of here. And you know what? At the end of the month, if this $50 is gone, sorry kids, we're eating fruit, because it'd be a nice way to not only control your spending, but also control the calories that you're putting in your body every month. The last thing I want to talk about, or the last idea I have for you, are after work drinks. Because now with the world opening up and everybody kind of making their way back to work and everyone's socializing again, you know, I've been asked to a patio, oh my gosh, more in the last 3 weeks than I have in the last year and a half, of course. So that can get really expensive, right? So, and I realize you haven't been out in a long time, but keep in mind, this is a cost you definitely want to control. So, you know, I put 50 in there. You know, maybe the number's 100, maybe the number's 200. Who knows what it is, depending on your job, depending on how social you have to be at work, etc. And again, when this is gone, I'm drinking water, and it's another great way to control the alcohol intake, the calorie intake. And remember, at the end of the month, if I've got some money left over, it goes into my change jar. And then when my change jar fills up, I walk over to my bank, I make a deposit, and I throw it in my tax-free savings account. Or I throw it in my non-registered investment account, because maybe my tax-free savings account is full. But it's a really great way to squeeze a little more juice out of the fruit. So with the change jar, which is really a staple in my home, you know, it's not hard to come home and you've got like some change in your pocket or your purse, or, you know, instead of it being here, there, and everywhere around your house, have a jar, toss it in. When the jar gets full, you'll be amazed at the end of the year how much extra money you've put away just because you got organized and you put it all in a jar. All right, I hope that helps. I hope you have a ton of fun this summer. Drink as much coffee as you like, eat as much ice cream as you can, go out and socialize. The world is open again. Make sure you control your spending. Get a jar system in place. Put more money in your pocket. Retire with confidence. You've been behind the ball.